So this little tutorial is going to be showing you how to work a magic circle or a magic ring. Now this can be used instead of when you make chains and slip stitch to form a ring, so the start of squares. It's great for the start of hats, anything where you're working in the round. I do choose not to do it though if I am making squares for a blanket or somewhere that's got high use. In part because if you don't weave the end in really well, it does tend to come undone. I've had to repair my first few blankets because of that very reason. So while it does give you a tighter closure, I don't use it in all instances. All right, so to begin, you're going to have your yarn. So you hold your yarn however you would normally hold it. For me, that's like that. You're then going to make a ring or a circle out of the yarn. So you're going to want the tail end holding down, and I do this the same as I would the start of my slip knot. So make a circle. Now if you're working with a right-handed hook, you'll want the circle to run anti-clockwise. If you are left-handed, you'll want it to run clockwise. Thing to focus on is that you have the tail hanging down on your yarn hand side, and that when you make the circle, that tail is falling behind where it joins. Okay, so I've made the circle, so then you're going to hold where it closes, so just between whatever fingers you've got available there. For me, it's my thumb and my tall man. You're then going to insert your hook into that ring, and you're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. What you'll notice now is that you've got the two strands, so it's like a figure 8 on the yarn hand side, and that's the part that you're going to be working over. Now you can do a chain to begin. Whatever stitches you're then going to make, I'm just going to work some half double crochets. So as you work them in, you're working into the middle of the ring, just like you would if it was a circle. The thing is, you've got more space here. Now you want to make sure that you're working over the two strands, always the two strands, and that you've got the tail still free. So you might want to make sure if it's getting loose, you can either pull the tail to make that circle a little bit smaller, or you can just start again with a longer tail. So you just work your stitches into that loop, and then when you are done, you can pull the tail closed, so that I'm not making anything in particular here. So you can see the tail is still hanging down. You've still got your figure 8 on the left, or your yarn hand side, though it will look a little different, a little less obvious that it's a figure 8. You're then just going to pull that tail, and that pulls the circle closed. Now you might need to keep pulling it a few times, so slip stitch and form the ring. As you make the next round, you might find it loosens up, so you can just pull that tight again. You might need to just do that a few times just to work its way through. But that there is your magic circle, and you can just continue as you would for the rest of the rounds.